Good.
Ready? Okay. Just give me the signal when you're ready to go.
So we'll see the students here.
No. Only
The students.
Georgia minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, may we have your undivided attention for the playing of the university song.
From Caribbean islands, Guyana and Belize, was born our University of the West Indies, our symbol of our oneness, our strength in unity. With vision clear, you came along to shape our destiny, to follow after knowledge, the truth to seek and find, to teach us love and justice, to liberate our mind. Today we see you rising, a light out of the west, that lights the feet of all who seek the noblest and the best. There is a light that is rising from out of the west, and broad bears of that light are we. So we follow those whose word has brought glory to your name, making a better world for you and for me. As from your noble portals, your sons and daughters go to face a world of challenges, to conquer every foe. We work and play together, and as time marches on, we'll never get the lesson that Ebola we are one. UWI, we praise you, we lift our voice in song. We let our big drums roll loud and seal and spin ping pong. For you have shaped our lives so that we can truly sing. To you we owe our gratitude, a debt we can't repay. There is a light that is rising from out of the west, and brothers of that light are we. So we follow those whose work has brought glory to your name, making a better world for you and for me. This is our University of the West Indies.
Good evening again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the induction and welcome ceremony for new graduate students in the Faculty of Humanities and Education. I am Dr. Joseph Farquharson, Deputy Dean for Graduate Studies and Research in the faculty, and I will take you through this evening's proceedings until I leave you in the trusty hands of your departments. Nobel Prize author Gabriel Garcia Marquez has a novel entitled El amor en los tiempos de cólera, translated into English as love in the time of cholera. Today, each of you starts a fresh chapter in the writing of your own autobiographical novel, which we could call Education in the Time of Corona. The plot will have more than the usual twists and turns. The character trajectory will sometimes be frustratingly inconsistent, but you are the hero of the story, and the denouement is wrapped up in your ability to turn hand make fashion and wheel and come again and again and again. You will forgive me that without your permission, I have dubbed this 2020 cohort of entrants the bold and the beautiful. And I'll tell you why. You're bold because you have taken a bold and forward-thinking step to further your education when many people around you are concentrating only on the here and now. Later, I'll tell you about your beauty. Lost somewhere in the mythical past is that period when saltfish used to shave the roof, and my generation came to reference 51 Stan to mark a time long in the past. Your generation will be marking time in relation to COVID-19 and the year 2020, which everyone wished they could skip. In this year of COVID-19, the University of the West Indies, Mona, and the Faculty of Humanities and Education mark your boldness through this event under the theme, Research, Rebuild, Respond. To kick things off, I'd like to invite the Dean, Professor Waibinti Wariboko, to formally welcome you to the faculty. Dean Wariboko is Professor of African Social History. He has a deep sense of commitment to the faculty and university, and can be credited with further developing and maintaining a physical plant that is welcoming to students. Dean?
Thank you, Joseph Ferguson, Deputy Dean for Graduate Studies. I'd like to particularly recognize and show my appreciation for the Director of Graduate Studies and Research in the Bonner campus, Professor Minerva Tay. Good evening to all of you online, and I bring my greetings on behalf of all my colleagues in the faculty. I have decided to entitle my address to you, How to Succeed as a Postgraduate Student Amidst the Challenges Posed to Teaching, Research, and Learning by COVID-19. In various ways, certain aspects of it are adaptation of my address to the undergraduate orientation. So I begin. On behalf of my academic and administrative colleagues, including the auxiliary staff, I heartily welcome both new and returning postgraduate students to the Faculty of Humanities and Education. As a student-centered faculty, committed to the academic and social welfare of students, we wish for all of you a very productive academic year, despite the challenges posed to teaching and learning by the COVID-19 pandemic. As you might be aware, the impact of this pandemic has been very unsettling on the educational system globally, and various universities have taken numerous steps to mitigate its effects on teaching and learning in several ways. Whatever the approach or strategy taken, every university has sought to place the health and safety of students first. The Mana campus, like most of these universities globally, has taken the necessary steps to foster teaching and learning while protecting the health and safety of students. As you might be aware already, all postgraduate courses, except a very scant few, will be delivered online across the campus this semester. For all returning students, this might look like a mere extension or continuation of what happened in the second half of the last semester. Hence, it might be fair to say that all returning students might already possess some degree of first-hand experience of what it might mean to do away completely with the benefits of in-person teaching and learning. For all new students, however, you are beginning the postgraduate experience in a totally different social environment marked by anxieties associated with this pandemic and presumably without any previous benefits of in-person instruction at the postgraduate level. Your perception of the postgraduate teaching, research, and learning experiences might therefore be slightly or even markedly different from the returning students. My advice to you is that no matter the challenges being posed to teaching and learning at this point in time, you should strive always for academic excellence by working even more assiduously with the support of your lecturers. More than ever before, your capacity to achieve academic excellence will depend on your self-discipline to work diligently in the confines of your family home environment. Your capacity to stay on mission-critical goals and objectives in the midst of home-made attractions, as well as distractions, will ultimately depend on your strong sense of self-discipline and your determination to transform challenges into opportunities for success. Bear in mind that your home is now your classroom, and your lecturers will be your online visitors in your home. You could easily choose to walk away from them in the way that you could change from one television channel to another. Online teaching and learning, from all that you might already know as postgraduate students, has dramatically changed the classroom power dynamics between instructors and learners. Please use that change to your advantage, not disadvantage. Let me remind you, as I did with all returning and new undergraduate students on Monday, that the human effort to survive and to achieve greatness has never been held back by adversities such as COVID-19. Humankind has been through worse adversities and has almost always emerged triumphant to continue the advancement of culture and civilization. This is primarily attributable to the indomitable human spirit, the irrepressible human imagination, and the boundless ingenuity of human creativity. Some of the greatest revolutionary literary works, works of art, poetry, painting, political and social theories, as well as theories in physical and medical sciences, have been produced by thinkers in the most adverse circumstances, including repressive confinements, such as prison cells. Wole Soyinka, a Nobel laureate, wrote his masterpiece, The Man Died, while in prison. And there are many more examples globally in all disciplines. As postgraduate students, and especially as research students, the university is looking forward to your contributions to the advancement of knowledge. You can only contribute to knowledge by being critical, by questioning all pre-existing assumptions and dogmas, and by seeking to do things differently. I can't emphasize this enough. Always ask the question, why are things the way they are? Why are things the way they are? This is the kind of inquisitive mind that will make you succeed as a postgraduate student. Bear in mind that the human spirit has to be free. The human spirit has to be free in a profound philosophical sense before it can question all pre-existing assumptions and dogmas. To do this, you may at all times turn away from your own belief system. It will require you to do that. Do not shackle or engage your creative spirit or imagination by holding on to a given belief system, even when it is stifling new forms of thinking. Let me close by saying that your lecturers are willing and ready to facilitate the unlocking of your creative ingenuity in order to make your postgraduate learning experience very profound and productive in the Faculty of Humanities and Education. Thanks for choosing our faculty for your postgraduate studies. Thank you for listening.
If you've ever had an inkling of doubt about whether you can survive this postgraduate journey, I thank Dean Warren for reminding us that the human spirit is indomitable and that you will be able to overcome. Professor Minerva Thame is professor of perinatal and pediatric medicine and has just entered her second year as the Mona campus's Director of Graduate Studies and Research, with a commitment to dynamism, responsiveness, and student-centeredness. I now call on her to bring greetings on behalf of the campus and from her own office.
Thank you very much, Chair, Dr. Parkinson, Deputy Dean of Graduate Studies and Research, Faculty of Humanities and Education, Dean Warren Boko, the Dean of the Faculty of Humanities and Education, Mr. Lance Scott, President of Mona Association of Postgraduate Studies, colleagues, graduate studies, all who are joining us virtually. Good afternoon. I'd like to welcome and thank the graduate students for their interest and for joining the graduate school at Mona, University of the West Indies, the #1 university in the region with its over 70 years of experience and existence. The UWI is a premier university in the region that offers a wide array of graduate programs. Every year, the UWI attracts a promising set of students to add to an already dynamic community, and this year is no different. Upon acceptance, you have become a part of a welcomed member of a vibrant, highly innovative environment. Our graduate students are the heart of our research and creators of new knowledge that will become added to the world's literature, which will continue to improve our image. You will work with your supervisors and lecturers, all of who are very hardworking, some of who are quite renowned, and who have led groundbreaking research that has caused us to become recognized internationally. We aim to develop our students into visionary scholars and have them become the new generation of leaders, thinking outside of the box and contributing to solutions of our island nations and the wider world. We aim to ensure that our graduate students have the best possible experience and hope to prepare them for a variety of careers. We aim to provide our students with an education that will prepare them to thrive academically, professionally and personally, both through their sojourns in their studies and continuing even after they graduate into their professional lives. Our students' experience should not be limited and confined to the classroom, but we will encourage you to become involved in one or more of the several clubs and societies that exist on the campus as we strive to develop a well-rounded individual who will be well-equipped to integrate into the wider society. We are here to support you through your journey at the UWI, as our doors are always open to facilitate and guide you to completion. Today we conduct our proceedings in a different way to what we are accustomed to. But as we do this virtually, it just shows how we can adapt to all situations. From the Office of Graduate Studies and Research, I would like to welcome you to the Mona campus. Thank you.
Thanks much, Prof. Professor Thaim is correct that we aim to develop visionary scholars, leaders, and outside-the-box thinkers. We do that through a partnership with our students. And so now, you'll be greeted by the student organization that looks out for your interests in this partnership. These greetings will be brought by Mr. Lance Scott, the Guild of Students Postgraduate Representative and President of the Mona Association of Postgraduate Students, MAPS. He's pursuing a Master of Philosophy degree in Geography in the Faculty of Science and Technology. His research focuses on climate risk insurance among rural farmers.
Thank you very much. A pleasant afternoon to everyone. Research, rebuild, respond. That is the theme for this orientation. And whether it is STEM, whether it is STEAM, as some persons are putting it now, or it is the orange economy, we should ensure that research is vital for what we're doing. We must ensure that we rebuild after this COVID crisis stronger than before and respond accordingly. It is with great pleasure and warmest regard that I welcome you, new and returning postgraduate students, on behalf of the Mona Association of Postgraduate Students. While this change in learning modality will be challenging for some, it might be difficult, but not impossible. The university is #1 in the Caribbean and among the top universities in the world. You can make your mark here, your legacy. This is where you can be a light shining from the west. If there are any issues you are having, engage us. However, it must be noted that not all issues are able to be rectified overnight. So while the Office of Graduate Studies and Research continue to work seriously to improve efficiency, things tend to be a process. So what MAPS will do is to ensure that the issues are brought to the administration swiftly. One objective of MAPS is to collaborate with the EU administration through dialogue and a spirit of cooperation to enhance the environment in which programs are conducted. Engage us on Twitter and Instagram at Mona Postgrads. Like and follow us on Facebook at UE Mona Association of Postgraduate Students, or send us an email at monapostgrads@gmail.com if you ever have any concerns. So while we navigate and renegotiate this new normal, remember, together we can. One MAPS, on the map with MAPS, your postgraduate guide. Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Scott, for your commitment to your peers. Now I return to the matter of beauty. I consider you beautiful because you have taken a decision to better yourselves, your country, and your region. A lot of people think beauty is not important, but our notions of beauty impact us in such significant ways. Whether we want to believe it or not, notions of beauty sometimes determine who gets a job and who doesn't. This is why our faculty concerns itself with unpacking important concepts such as this, so we can understand people's ways of being, and so that we can also effect change. Think too of how our concepts of good and beautiful language continues to disenfranchise many Caribbean people in their own countries. Among others, the Department of Language, Linguistics and Philosophy will help you to pick apart these givens. Although many people undervalue the arts, the COVID-19 pandemic reminded us of just how important they are to our well-being. This year, as we endured weeks of partial lockdown, it was the work of our creatives that helped many of us maintain sanity. Check the Institute of Caribbean Studies if you would like to know about the therapeutic uses of the arts or the new and exciting possibilities that are opening up in the cultural and creative industries. And speaking of the creative industries, we invite you to enjoy the next item on the program by the award-winning Nexus Performing Arts Company. Nexus was founded in 2001 by Mr. Hugh Dowse, its multi-talented artistic director, who is an adjunct lecturer and postgraduate student in the Institute of Caribbean Studies.
Hi everyone, welcome to the best faculty in the best university in the Caribbean. I want to thank you for making it Humanities and Education, and I want to thank you for answering the call to research. I'm your fellow researcher, and what we do in this faculty is very important to how the human race is going to live. You know, theology is a part of this faculty, and in my own department, the Institute of Caribbean Studies, we look a lot on our folk forms, our folk religions, and who we are. In the world today, a lot of people are going through depression, and we really want to encourage everyone, but we want to take it from the angle of the heritage that we have. In revival spirituality, there is an idea of the angels, and the angels, Miriam, Gabriel, and of course Michael, the warrior, are important angels. So maybe Gabriel has a message for you this evening. We want to share that message with you as we encourage you from the Psalms to not be downcast, but to put your trust in God. Call him, call Gabriel in your garden. Gabriel in your garden. Gabriel in your garden. Gabriel in your garden. Call Gabriel. Run, call him. Call Gabriel. Run, call him. Call Gabriel. He's a big call Gabriel. Call Gabriel. Call Gabriel. Run, call Gabriel. Why are you downcast? Oh my soul, why are you downcast? Oh my soul, why are you downcast? Oh my soul, now put your hope in God. Run, call it, Gabriel, and you got it. I said, Gabriel, in your garden. I said, Gabriel, in your garden. Run, go call him, Gabriel, in your garden. Call Gabriel. Run, go call him. Call Gabriel. Run, go call him. run one go call Gabriel. Me say fi call Gabriel. Call Gabriel. Call Gabriel. Run one go call Gabriel. Call Gabriel. Call Gabriel. Call Gabriel. Run one go call Gabriel. Hi. You have chosen the best faculty. I think I said that already. And I want to salute the Dean of the Faculty, Professor Wariboko, and all of his team. My head of department and supervisor, Dr. Sonia Stanley Nair, always says that research, especially MPhil, PhD research, is spiritual work. It's always good to research what you love. And your country, which will benefit from your research, I know you love. And this time we're losing a lot of people who we love, or because of social distancing, we can't be close to the ones we love. But I want to invite you to use this moment to thank someone who you love. Tell them you appreciate them, call them, send them a WhatsApp. Remind them that love is stronger than anything that the world is going through. La, 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 la. Feel me love have lion heart. Feel me love have lion heart. Strong and everlasting, only for you. For me love will never done. For me love will never done. Shining like the stars shine, only for you. If we part and never meet again, do we part and never greet again. For me love is like a king real, strong and everlasting, only for you. For me love will never done. For me love will never, never done. Shining like a star shine, only for you. Strong and everlasting, only for you. Strong and everlasting.
Thanks, Nexus, for that beautiful performance. Here at Mona, we have a long history of engaging with the work of our creatives, be they writers, musicians, singers, actors, directors. The Department of Literatures in English and the Department of Modern Languages and Literatures have courses that explore the productions of these creatives. If you are looking for courses to lift your spirits, while at the same time strengthening your critical thinking skills, do check them out. So you've been accepted to read for a postgraduate degree. What's that all about? Let's take a look at the structure of your degree. So the Faculty of Humanities and Education offers over 50 postgraduate programs. We have diplomas, Master of Arts degrees, Master of Education, Master of Science, Master of Philosophy, and Doctor of Philosophy. The faculty boasts new and innovative programs such as the MEd in Education for Sustainable Development, Global Citizenship and Peace, the MSc in Media Management, which is a joint program between CARIMAC and the Mona School of Business and Management, the MEd in Inclusive and Special Education, the MEd in Educational Leadership and Management, and the MA Archives and Records Management. We also have some programs in the pipeline that you might want to tell your friends and relatives about. There are new programs such as the MA Contextual Ministry offered by UTCWI and the MA Languages, Literatures and Film by the Department of Modern Languages and Literatures. For the diploma, only a few departments offer postgraduate diplomas. The School of Education has quite a few diplomas, and the Department of Language, Linguistics and Philosophy has a diploma in linguistics. The diploma requires a minimum of 20 credits in the discipline, and the courses are normally predetermined. We also have numerous taught masters programs. So the MA, MSc, and MEd programs are all taught masters programs, and that is because most of the courses you do are taught as opposed to you're doing research mostly on your own, supervised by somebody, supervised by a lecturer. Any master's program requires a minimum of 35 credits in the area, but some programs might have 36 or 38, depending on the setup of that program. Now, you can have a minimum of 35, but you can't have 34. If you have 34, then you're going to be in trouble come graduation time. But you might have 38 if that's the specific requirements for your program. So you need to have the number of credits that are stipulated by your specific program. In some programs, all your courses are predetermined, so you don't get any choice. In other programs, everybody does a set of core courses, and then you get to choose electives. Now, for your electives, some programs draw those electives from a predetermined list, and in others, you are free to choose, sometimes with the permission of your program coordinator or your head of department. So if you see a course that you would like, you could ask your program coordinator or your head of department if it is possible to do that within your program. And by the way, although the degree is a minimum of 35 credits, you are welcome to do more than the 35 credits, of course, once you pay the money to do the courses. But please feel free to explore all the courses that the faculty has to offer. And by all means, if there are courses outside the faculty that are relevant for the work that you are doing, you can also approach your program coordinator or your head of department to gain permission. So we have also research degrees. Research degrees are like your Master of Philosophy and your Doctor of Philosophy degrees. And those are the two main types that we have. The Master of Philosophy, or MPhil, requires 2 years full-time or 4 years part-time registration. And for the Doctor of Philosophy, you would be registered for 3 years full-time or 5 years as a part-time student. You're required to do courses for both the MPhil and the PhD degree. For the MPhil degree, you will be required to do a minimum of 6 credits, and which are normally 2 courses, and for the PhD, a minimum of 9 credits. Generally, when you get your letter of acceptance, you are told which courses you are required to do. If you do not have the courses in your letter of registration, please ask your program coordinator so that that can be sorted out by the get-go. You have to do those courses before you progress to your thesis, and if you get to the point of thesis submission and you have not done your courses, then the university will require you to do the courses before you can submit. So please ensure that you do your courses, get them out of the way before you move on to your thesis preparation. And of course, those courses are important because they give you the necessary grounding, the necessary foundation for embarking upon the research for your thesis. The thesis is generally written after coursework is completed, as I mentioned. And for the MPhil, the thesis is around 50,000 words. You don't have to take up all 50,000, but you are generally not allowed to exceed the 50,000 words for the MPhil. And you should submit the MPhil thesis within 3 years as a full-time student and 5 years as a part-time student. Then for the PhD thesis, that's a maximum of 80,000 words. Again, feel free to go below, but you can't exceed that without permission. You'll be expected to submit the PhD thesis as a full-time student within 5 years of initial registration, and as a part-time student, 7 years is what you'll have in order to complete. Now, for research students, you're expected to do research seminars, and research seminars help you to present your work to an academic audience. You'll be free to present at conferences and workshops and fora outside the university, but within the university space, you present to your peers and to faculty members and get feedback on your work. If you're an MPhil student, you have to complete 2 of those before you submit your thesis. And as a PhD student, you have to complete 3 research seminars before you submit. Now, if you're required to register for these seminars, please remember you have to register for them online, just like you register for any of your courses, and you get a pass or fail grade for your research seminars. Please ensure that you register and that they're on your record and that you get your grade for them. Because if you get to the point of submission and you do not have your seminars on your record, you will not be allowed to submit. So, MPhil candidates can have their registration upgraded, and that's upgraded to PhD. So if you come in as an MPhil student, you could submit the MPhil thesis and go home, or you could decide that this work is really PhD level work. It's so outstanding that this needs to be a PhD. Well, you're not the only arbiter of that. Your supervisor and other faculty members will help in determining whether this is really PhD work. And so your work will be subjected to an upgrade seminar. You apply through your supervisor and head of department, and if the seminar gets to go ahead, you present, and if you are successful, then your candidacy will be moved from MPhil to PhD. The MPhil seminar is time sensitive, so please ensure that you apply for upgrade within the time limit. And these and other regulations can be found in the press kit that was sent to you by the Office of Graduate Studies and Research, and there you'll find the regulations handbook for graduate studies and research, and also the manual of procedures. So please ensure that you read through these documents carefully. They are your guide, they are your Bible, and they are the commitment, the contract that the university signs with you for getting you through your program. So earlier you were greeted by Mr. Lance Scott, the president of the Mona Association of Postgraduate Students. He heads a committee of students from all faculties, representatives from all faculties. The MAPS representative for the Faculty of Humanities and Education is Mr. Shamar D. Watson, a 22-year-old pursuing the MA in Communication for Social and Behavior Change offered by CARIMAC. Shamar is a host, producer, and voiceover talent and runs his own YouTube channel called Coffee with Shamar. He is the founder and returning president of the UE United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization and has his mind set on becoming a communication strategist for the UN head office. Shamar will fill you in on the plans that he and his committee have for you this year. Shamar?
Good afternoon, everyone. So as Mr. Farquharson would have said, my name is Shamar Watson, and I am a student in the Master of Arts in Communication and Social and Behavioral Change. So some of the plans that we have, basically what we're thinking about this year is communication. So with the whole pandemic happening and persons won't be on campus as regularly as usual, we want to ensure that all information from the admin as well as the general admin of the Postgrad Society will be disseminated to everyone on time and in a understandable format. So lack of ambiguity, etc., clarity and validity. So what we want to start now is, because we know a lot of persons have a lot of questions, we want to start a FAQ. So that's frequently asked questions. We're going to be sending around a form, a Google form for persons to ask questions. And from those questions, we're going to do a frequently asked questions section. We're going to try to get it up on as many social media platforms as possible. So the first thing you think of when you want to ask a question is to go to the FAQ, and we'll obviously let you know where you can find it. Definitely on our social media pages at Mona Postgrad on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And we're trying to get it on some other sites as well. So with that frequently asked question section, all persons will be able to look up questions that they would have. And if not, if the questions aren't there, then they'll be able to reach out to me. Contact number 1-876-405-8182, which will also be in the frequently asked questions section. So if the question that you want answered isn't there, you can reach out to me and we'll answer the question, and we'll also add that question to the FAQs for in case another person would have that same question. So communication is practically key for us, because if everybody knows what's happening, then we'll run more effectively. What we want is, we have started a WhatsApp group because, again, most persons work, so persons don't always have time to check their emails or to go to call the school or to go and get answers. So we have a WhatsApp group that we have started. You can contact me again at the number stated before, or my email address, which is shamar.d.watson@gmail.com, or you can contact monapostgrads@gmail.com, and you can be added to the WhatsApp group. So within that group, we'll also be disseminating information from MAPS as well as from the faculty, which leads me to the relationship that we want to build with the faculty administration. So that way they can know who we are, we can know who they are, and whatever information they have for the rest of the team and for the rest of the student populace, it can be disseminated. So as I said, communication and our relationship with admin are the main things we're working on this year, as well as we know a lot of people are working, so we're trying our best to give you guys information at your fingertips. And lastly, we're also working on, for those who aren't working, because we know COVID, financial situations we are all affected, myself included. So we're working on reaching out to some organizations for to provide jobs, whether digitally or virtually or in other methods, so persons can have some sort of financial assistance. Not saying that we're paying all the school fees, but we're trying to find a way to help, because as you know, everybody make a muckle. So again, the three things are communication between us, MAPS, and the rest of the student populace, with the frequently asked questions on WhatsApp group, as well as emails sent out. the relationship between us and the administration, so that whatever information you guys should get will reach out to you on time, and trying to help with the financial situation that most of us would have been in. So those are the 3 things we're working on. And from those 3 main things, we'll have other things branching off. But for now, we're just focusing on ensuring that you guys get the information that you need. You guys are able to ask questions and get responses to your questions as quickly as possible, because we know sometimes we call 30 people calling the faculty office, they can't get through because, I mean, they're overwhelmed with all the calls. They can't answer everybody at the same time. You call, you get number busy. We want to be that avenue to the faculty for you. So that's basically what we're building, an avenue from us, from you guys to the faculty. So we are that avenue and we're that bridge. We're building the bridge between the administration and the student populace. So that's basically what we have planned. And I want to welcome you guys. We are here for you. The faculty is here for you. We're all excited, raring and ready to go, geared up. And we hope you guys have a great school year amidst the unprecedented times that we're living in and the crisis. And I hope you guys are staying safe, masked, and sanitized. So take care.
Faculty representative and future communication strategist for the United Nations headquarters. Shamar, thanks very much. So you are coming into various programs in the faculty. The faculty itself has about 8 departments, and we also have an affiliate college which offers graduate programs, and that is the United Theological College of the West Indies. At this moment, I'm going to let the heads of those departments just welcome you to the faculty and the university, and you'll hear from them what's happening in the departments.
Welcome and congratulations on having made a solid choice for a program at the University of the West Indies, the Caribbean's leading institution for tertiary education. You've also made an excellent choice by coming to the Faculty of Humanities and Education. We are known for stimulating teaching and impactful research. Let's introduce you to our departments.
On behalf of my colleagues in the School of Education, I want to offer a very special welcome to all students in the Faculty of Humanities and Education, and in particular to the new students to the School of Education who have opted to do their studies with us here. The school serves a wide cross-section of persons: pre-trained teachers, trained teachers, teacher educators, various professionals in the field of education, and our graduates are right across the world teaching administration in various fields. This year, with the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, we will offer all our classes for semester 1 online. I'm sure some of you are disappointed that you will not get a chance to really walk onto the campus and enter our classrooms and meet your lecturers and fellow students face to face. But rest assured, we in the School of Education have a very successful tradition of offering courses via online and blended modalities. We're here to help make this experience a rewarding and memorable one. And we need you to hear your concerns. And therefore encourage you to use telephone, email, and our online platforms to keep in touch with us. We want to reduce movement and to reduce the spread of COVID-19. I wish for you a safe, productive, and memorable academic year.
This is the Department of Library and Information Studies, situated in the Faculty of Humanities and Education. My name is Paulette Stewart, and I welcome you warmly on behalf of the dedicated staff in this department. One of our achievements over the past 5 years is the delivery of online learning in the graduate program. This has increased our student population and we have had students beyond the Caribbean. We offer 3 undergraduate programs: the BA in Information Studies, the BA in Librarianship, and the BA in Computer Science. At the graduate level, we have 3 programs: the Master of Arts in Archives and Records Management, the MA in Library and Information Studies, and the Master of Libraries and Information Studies. We also have the MPhil PhD program in Information Studies. Welcome again to this department, and remember, this is your place to shine.
Hi, welcome to the Department of Modern Languages and Literatures, where you will experience learning foreign languages in an intercultural, inclusive, and creative environment. We offer majors and double majors in Spanish and French, but you can study Japanese, Chinese, Spanish, and French as minors. I have good news for you. Korean language will be taught in this new academic year. Master and doctoral studies in translation, literatures, and language will further engage you in this fascinating field of foreign languages, their cultures, and societies. Exchange programs with Japan, China, Latin America countries, Spain are, among others, unique opportunities available to you. Our students and alumni are ready to share those experiences. We are dedicated lecturers from Argentina, China, Colombia, Cuba, El Salvador, Haiti, Jamaica, Korea, Spain, France, who will lead you with great care through this fabulous journey of learning foreign languages and, moreover and more important, learning of yourselves. Bye for now.
Hello, and a heartfelt welcome to new and returning students in the Department of Literatures in English. I expect that many of you are experiencing more than the expected nervousness and apprehension at the start of this new academic year, which is like no other academic year that we've ever experienced. In this COVID time, you have become trailblazers. You're faced with navigating a new world, and you don't really have much of a roadmap to guide you. But in this COVID time of uncertainty and constant change, there is one thing that you can count on that will not change, and that is that the lecturers and administrators in the Department of Literatures in English are committed to helping you achieve your greatest potential. We are committed to standards of excellence in the delivery and administration of the 4 undergraduate programs that we offer in the department, as well as our graduate programs. The UWI recently announced that all courses will be offered online. For us, online means turned on to learning, turned on to exciting courses, turned on to innovation, turned on to excellent results and outcomes. We're turned on, and we want you to be turned on too. Welcome.
Good day, my name is Enrico Kenwe. I'm the head of the Department of History and Archaeology. On behalf of my colleagues in the Department of History and Archaeology, I would like to welcome you to the University of the West Indies, Moana campus. In the Department of History and Archaeology, we are concerned with the present and the ways in which we can imagine alternatives for a better future for our societies. We believe that it is up to each of us to create better alternatives for the future. This is why our programs and courses focus on the past, because only the past can provide us the necessary perspective to envision viable alternatives for tomorrow. The Department of History and Archaeology offers a variety of undergraduate programs, such as the BA History, the BA History and Archaeology, and our most recent program, the BA History and Journalism. However, we are offering a variety of courses that can be done by our students in our graduate programs in the Department of History and Archaeology, but also by students from all the graduate programs in the Faculty of Humanities and Education and the wider campus. They are valuable for any student who wants to improve their research and analytical skills, while also gaining a better understanding of how history works and also the value of heritage. Once again, welcome to the University of the West Indies and all the best for the academic year that is about to start.
Good afternoon. My name is Ingrid McLaren, and I'm the head of the Department of Language, Linguistics and Philosophy. On behalf of the department, I extend a warm welcome to all students, particularly newcomers. Our department is viewed by many as extremely user-friendly, one that strongly supports the academic well-being and development of our students. We are available to advise and assist you in whatever way possible, and we therefore invite you to let us know of any challenges you are facing. As a department, we wholeheartedly embrace the UWI's vision of the ideal student. We have therefore attempted to ensure that our extensive and varied course offerings provide a holistic learning experience that will equip our students and enable them to excel at a wide range of professions. The language section offers the English Language Foundation courses, which help to enhance your reading and writing skills. The philosophy section offers courses that encourage reflection on ideas and issues, which influence the thoughts and actions of individuals. At the graduate level, we have a postgraduate diploma in linguistics, an MPhil in linguistics, an MA in linguistics, MA in English language, and a PhD in linguistics and an MA in philosophy. We have a wide, varied, and exciting set of courses to offer you. We therefore hope that you will enjoy your time with us and that we will be able to help you as much as possible as you move along. Thank you for your attention.
I am pleased to welcome new and returning students to the 2020-2021 academic year within a rebranded Faculty of Humanities and Education, in which value is being placed on cultural studies and applied cultural studies. This is the core work of the Institute of Caribbean Studies and the Reggae Studies Unit, established in 1987 and 1994, respectively. Collectively, the Institute of Caribbean Studies and the Reggae Studies Unit have spent over half a century solidifying grounded approaches to cultural studies in the Caribbean. Therefore, if you have a solid interest in gaining experience in entertainment, music, indigenous religions, intellectual property, performing arts, film studies, or any other dimension of culture or creative industries, then you have chosen the right department. Our cutting-edge flagship programs include the Bachelor of Arts in Cultural and Creative Industries, the Bachelor of Arts in Music and Performance Studies, and the Bachelor of Arts in Entertainment and Cultural Enterprise Management. These are at the undergraduate level. At the graduate level, there is the Cultural Studies MA program, the MPhil program in Cultural Studies, and the PhD program in Cultural Studies. We have an exciting slate of interdisciplinary programs and experiences waiting to engage you. And indeed, as you strive for excellence in this world-class regional learning environment, we look forward to serving you in your years ahead. Best wishes for a positive year of growth.
Good day, I'm Livingston White, Director of the Caribbean School of Media and Communication, located in the Faculty of Humanities and Education at the UWI's Mona campus. For all our academic, administrative, technical, and support staff at CARIMAC, welcome to the UWI Mona campus, our faculty, and our school. At CARIMAC, you will not only engage in teaching and learning activities, but also be exposed to a range of research, production, and internship opportunities to help your development as an individual. We are getting serious about research and have committed to an agenda where we pursue research in areas such as communication for development, media design, production and industry, communication policy and professional practice, human communication and technology, media cultures and society, strategic integrated communication, and journalism practice. In addition to doing research for your production and coursework assignments, we hope you will also collaborate on projects with other students and faculty members, participate in data collection and analysis activities as we generate new bodies of knowledge, asking the critical questions and seeking innovative solutions to our problems and looking for new ways of thinking about what we do in media and communication. Our staff is eager to begin academic advising with you to help you select the right combination of courses that will set you on your journey to achieving all your goals. Once again, welcome to CARIMAC and all the best for a successful academic year.
So, whether you'll be studying with us at an affiliate institution such as St. Michael's Seminary and Theological College or the United Theological College of the West Indies, we wish you a memorable experience.
Yes, so you've heard from the departments. I've told you that you are bold, but what about the people like you, those who have trod this path before you? We know you are curious and anxious all at the same time about the new experiences, and so we have asked some of our current and recently completed students to share with you their experiences in our programs. You know, I could sit here and tell you that we have the greatest programs, and while that is true, why take it from me? You will now hear from several current students in various graduate programs in humanities and in education. They will relate their experiences and possibly leave with you tips for undertaking the journey. They will speak in the following order. Mr. Othniel Williams, who is a student in the MA in the English language, Mr. Toru Nakamura, who recently completed the PhD in Literatures in English and received a high commendation for his work, Miss Karoni Gregory, a student in the Teacher Education and Teacher Development Program, and Mr. Rowan Stephen McCallum, a candidate for the PhD in Education Psychology.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Othniel Williams, student in the MA English Language Program. I'm happy to welcome each and every one of you to the Faculty of Humanities and Education. And what I'm about to share with you are 2 expectations and 2 tips for your course of study in this faculty. So you can expect that you will not be lost in these programs. I believe that these courses are built for people who are new to these different disciplines. For example, I come from a media background, but then I did my master's in English language, which had many linguistics courses. And I was happy to know that the courses were built in a way that they facilitated me to start from scratch. And I also mastered these classes. Why? Because they did not just take you and expect you to come with the knowledge already, but they brought you from down there straight up. Also, the faculty members are the lecturers, they want the best for you. Unlike what I've heard in other schools, in our department or our faculty, the teachers facilitate you, they respond to emails, and they facilitate you in a way that makes you want to achieve more. For example, teachers are like our parents, they're like our colleagues, and they will try to empower us to do our very best. My 2 tips for you are: 1, team works. Do not just go into these programs and expect to be by yourself and just to excel and leave. Try to form friendships and also look out for each other, especially in these times when we are staying away from each other physically, we're learning online, and then many of us are working. So it's always good to have somebody who you have as a friend. Sometimes I forget about classes and somebody calls me, Othniel, where are you? That's what I'm talking about. Also, research is very important in these courses. And for me, I want you to know that it's not just for the shallow. When you put in Google to quote the most frequently seen article or the one you see first. But also remember that when you write your papers, these sources should not be more or older than 5 years old. So it's always good to be reading, reading, reading. So these are what I have to say. All the best.
Hi, I am Toru Nakamura. I was a PhD candidate at the Department of Literature and English. This is my testimonial about my experience as a graduate student in the department. My PhD journey at the Department of Literature and English was an enjoyable and amazing experience. Prior to coming to UE, I spent 5 years at Sophia University in Tokyo studying Caribbean literature in the MA and PhD program of the Department of English Literature. Unfortunately, there was nobody who could teach Caribbean studies in Japan, so I used to study Caribbean literature by myself. At the time, I often wondered whether I should keep studying Caribbean literature in that way. Then I decided to withdraw from their university and apply for the PhD program at UE Mono Campus. My decision was partly driven by a book, The Routledge Companion to Anglophone Caribbean Literature. I found that many of the staff members of the Department of Literature and English contributed to the book. I was really drawn to the department. There were no Japanese people who did a PhD at UE, so I was full of anxiety. But the staff members of the Department of Literature and English, whose names I had already known from the book, warmly welcomed me. Surrounded by the experts, I enjoyed studying Caribbean literature and worked on my PhD thesis under the supervision of Dr. Novel Edwards. As an expert of Caribbean literature and Caribbean thought, he equipped me with the necessary research skills and enabled me to finish the PhD course successfully. The strong ties that I made with him, other staff members, and fellow students there are so precious to me. The PhD program at UE also provided opportunities for me to meet international professors and researchers at international conferences. My next journey will be to establish an association of Caribbean studies in Japan by using experience and knowledge that I earned at UE. Looking back on my experience, I can proudly say that the Faculty of Humanities and Education and the Department of Literature and English at UE Mono Campus is an excellent place for anybody who has genuine interest in Caribbean studies. Thank you.
Hello and welcome. I am Karoni Gregory, a second-year student pursuing a master's degree in the Faculty of Humanities and Education, majoring in teacher education and teacher development. In spite of COVID-19, the University of the West Indies Mona School of Education continues to offer world-class accredited higher education programs geared towards enriching us as students with the desired academic development and achievement. Welcome aboard! Our flight is journeying towards improving our education system locally and by extension, the wider Caribbean. Martin Luther King stated, "The function of education is to teach one to think intensively and critically." Therefore, be prepared to collaborate, read extensively, share new and creative ideas, and learn daily through interactions with peers and lecturers. Our lecturers are facilitating, innovative, and are waiting to pilot you safely to your diverse academic destinations despite the pandemic. However, you must play your part. It begins and ends with you. Despite the many benefits and opportunities a School of Education provides, there will be the sleepless nights, extended days, reading and researching. How could I forget? Group assignment dilemmas. Yes, they will occur. Nonetheless, one of our very own lecturer, Dr. Susan Anderson, has written a text entitled Climbing Every Mountain. I say this to say these barriers can be overcome through dedication, perseverance, and a great sense of determination. Congratulations and welcome. Get ready to attack these academic hurdles. They begin and end with you.
Powerful you are. School of Education is a part of our generation. Don't even think about frustration. Through collaboration and interaction, this is how we will take action. I've done it, and so can you. School of Education will pilot you. My philosophy states, though I cannot go back and make a brand new start, and I'll say we can start from now and make a brand new ending. I thank you.
My fellow colleagues, welcome to the University of West Indies, Mona. So I'm Rohan Makala. My concentration is educational psychology. And I've had a wonderful time so far with the faculty and also the School of Education. I know you would have spent a lot of time thinking through whether or not to enter your program of study. I'm here to say that I have found it to be very useful, and so would also say to you that you will or you should find it equally rewarding. In terms of what to expect as you come into the program, from the executive level, you should expect a great level of support. In terms of administrative support, I know that you will also enjoy that support. I've found in my time that the persons who do this, they are an email away and are quick to respond to your queries, your concerns, and to also celebrate with you. I also want to take a moment to talk about the lecturers, who I've found to be an incredible set of persons in terms of the capacity, the mental capacity, and also the assistance that they give to students. Your supervisors are also key stakeholders to the process. And what I'd want to say to you is that there are several supervisors based on your discipline and concentration. Make use of the expertise of the supervisors. They are there for you. Your committee is also very important. So make sure that you establish a good working relationship with your supervisors from day one. Just remember, they are there to support you, but as a student, you also have to play your part. Colleagues are going to be very important in this process, and so ensure that you form those relationships as you go on. The School of Education is there to serve you from the beginning of your journey to the end. And so you will find that more and more there is continual education or continual improvement in the offerings in terms of the semester-wide seminars that are done in the school. And I've found those to be very beneficial, both from the feedback that has been given from the lecturers, the colleagues, and just other persons, because what this school has actually done is to bring in from time to time persons who can help. In terms of some of the things to expect, you also have the opportunity to publish with your lecturers, to attend seminars and conferences with your lecturers, as well as to get the opportunity to mark scripts and also to facilitate alongside your lecturers in programs that are being offered in the school. There is also the Association of Graduate Researchers, which I encourage you to also be a part of. I guarantee you that come the end of your program, you will come out a better researcher, a better person, and will have the opportunity to continue to research with your supervisor as well as other persons in the faculty, in the department, and also the university at large. I've also seen where candidates come out and actually have been able to come back into the School of Education to deliver in programs. So I just want to again say to you, welcome. It's not always going to be an easy journey, but just know that those persons in the School of Education, they are there to serve you. I've seen it for myself. I've walked the journey with them. And so, welcome. Walk good.
The English talk about getting it from the horse's mouth. So we really appreciate having the people currently undergoing the experience, sharing with you what it's really like. I'm not calling them horses, but thanks to our current students. I want to mention to you that applications are still open and you wouldn't want to keep this wonderful experience to yourself. So please tell your friends that applications to graduate studies at UWI are still open. And so if they intend to apply, they can apply. Also, applications to our undergraduate programs are still open. And so if you have children who have just done CSEC or CAVE, please remember that there's still time for them to apply and enter for this year. And just remind them that they can enter UWI with CSEC. So if they do well in their CSEC exams, they can still apply and come in for this semester. So please spread the word that UWI is open for business, Corona notwithstanding. But anyway, we'll be doing it online. Now we have come to the end of the presentations. We will open the floor for questions from you. Given that you will be meeting with your department shortly, you can have all your program-related questions answered in those sessions. This question and answer segment is for more general questions. We have people monitoring the chats on Facebook and YouTube, so if you type your questions there, they will be passed on. With us is Ms. Georgia Bennett. She will be able to take questions about applications and registrations for graduate certificates, diplomas, and degrees. We have also Ms. Anne-Marie Rose from Registry Information Systems, who can take questions about registration. Ms. Audrey Sadler from the library is also here, and she'll be able to take questions about library services generally and in time of Corona. So we have a question already, and that question says that you've just completed your undergraduate degree, you applied, and you are waiting for acceptance into the program. What do you do? What is your next step? And I'll allow Ms. Bennett to take that one. Ms. Bennett?
You can get there. One second.
Okay, I'm not hearing Ms. Bennett, so I will try to give an answer. So if you have applied, if you are completing your undergraduate degree, whether at UWI or another university, and you have applied, by now you should have gotten a provisional offer of acceptance. If it is that you sent us an unofficial transcript before, we would have sent you a provisional offer of acceptance. That provisional offer can be made into a firm offer when you complete your program and when we get the transcript that you have completed. Now we understand that that COVID-19 has disrupted things significantly. And so what I'm going to ask you to do, even if you have not gotten the firm offer yet, when you enter the departmental academic advising sessions, ask your program coordinators what provisions have been put in place for persons like you. So it is that we are still doing the processing, but there are some things that we just cannot jump ahead of in the process. So it may very well mean that we intend to take take you and you're on your way to a first class honors or an upper second or lower second, which is the minimum requirement, but we just need the evidence in our hands. So we're saying, talk to your program coordinators and they will tell you how it is that you'll be able to attend classes and get the information until the administrative part is worked out. So another question says, since the graduate programs are still open, when will they close? And there I'll probably have to say that it might be like grace or mercy. You never know when it might cut off, so please apply as soon as possible. We understand the exigencies of the situation, and so the campus has given permission for the programs to be open as long as possible. But there is going to be a point beyond which we can't keep them open. Now, what I would say is to start the application. If you intend to apply, if you know anybody who intends to apply, start the application and give us a call. Say to us, look, I really intend to apply. I have started my application, but here is the issue. You can also leave your information in the chat, and Dr. Nicole Plummer or any one of the program coordinators will take your information and follow up with you. But start that application and we will take it from there. So another question. I have been accepted, but I have not yet paid my fees. What do I do now? Pay your fees. Again, we understand that things have been made rougher by COVID-19. The university has to run, and we run based on the fees that you pay. If you are having difficulties paying your fees, the university has joined with several institutions out there. You can approach banks for loans. You can also approach the Students' Loan Bureau, and the university did a town hall with SLB, which is still on YouTube now. So you could check UE Town Hall SLB, and it will come up, and they give you all the information that you need in order to apply for a loan from SLB. If you are still having difficulties, then please give us a call, contact us, and we can talk about other steps that you could take in order to meet your financial obligations. But I would say come and start your program, and we can discuss the money as we go.
They can negotiate.
Yeah, you can negotiate a payment plan. Let me check if there are any other messages, any other questions coming in. Do you need to register before being able to apply to BOSS for a payment plan? Definitely, but let me ask Ms. Rose if she's on, just to deal with the specifics of registration and payment and the order of events. Ms. Rose?
Hi, good evening. Once you have accepted your offer and you have a firm offer that you've accepted, you are able to log on to the system and register. And while you can, before or during or after you have dealt with the bursary with a payment plan. So please, once you've accepted your firm offer, go on the system and register while you work out your financial arrangements.
Thanks very much, Ms. Rose. I received my graduate studies package, says one person, on August 31. The deadline for tuition payment was September 1. Do I still have to pay late fees even though I received short notice of acceptance? Ms. Rose, can you answer this one?
Students are not penalized with late penalties if they have received a late offer.
Okay. I wanted to hear until okay, there's another one here. I have sent multiple emails to change my status from full-time to part-time, and I haven't received a response as yet. Okay, so this must be, is this a returning student? I am going to ask you to contact me personally. My email address is joseph.farquharson@uemona.edu.jm. That's JOSEPHEFARQUHARSON@uemona.edu.jm, and we can help you sort that out. I wanted to ask Ms. Sadler, if you are there, seeing that we'll be operating remotely, what are the plans in place for students to access library services?
Good evening, everyone. The library has special arrangements in place, especially as we look at our postgrad students. So, for example, I know that we will be allowing students in to visit the library during limited periods of time. We're a bit fluid now because we're not sure where the country is going with regards to curfews. There are arrangements in place for students to make an appointment, come in and view the thesis that we have in our collection that are not online. As well, we have embarked on the thesis consultations, the thesis scrutiny, and all the citation sessions that we have. All of them, arrangements have been made for them to be done online. We will be promoting a series of citation sessions soon, geared specifically at meeting the needs of our postgrad students. So what they can do is to look on the library's website and just to follow us on the library's various social media pages to see the arrangements that we have in place for them. They can send us emails with the books that they want to borrow. We will make arrangements to have them processed once they're registered, and they can come and pick them up. So we have put in a lot of arrangements, especially since we had closed our doors in March, and some of those arrangements are going to continue. And we have specifically targeted our postgrad students.
Okay, I'm seeing somebody saying that they haven't received the Zoom credentials for the departmental session. If you leave your contact details, or if you indicate in the chat which department you belong to, then one of the program coordinators or Dr. Plummer should be able to direct you to your specific session. So just indicate your program, and that will alert them to your department. Okay, so I think we can now bring it to close. We have come to the end of this segment of this evening's program. And all that remains to do now is to thank those who have helped in the organization and execution. I'd like to say thanks to Dean Moriboko for delivering the formal welcome, to Professor Thame and Mr. Scott for bringing greetings. Thanks to the postgraduate students who provided testimonials, Mr. Toru Nakamura, Mr. Othniel Williams, Ms. Karoni Gregory, and Mr. Rohan Stephen McCallum. I am grateful for the input of the staff in the faculty office, especially Mr. Carlington Forrest and Ms. Kadian Hussey. Thanks to the heads of department, the graduate coordinators, program coordinators, and administrators who collaborated in bringing things together. Thanks also to the School of Education for allowing us to use their lecture theatre to do the event. Thanks to Mr. Jaron Foster, Ms. Amelia Downs, Ms. Shamon Bridget, and Mr. Davario Brown, the undergraduate students who created most of the videos and graphics you saw this evening. A special thanks also to Mix and Mr. Peter Watson, the faculty's IT officer, for helping to move this event online and making it work. And special thanks also to Mr. Hugh Dawes and the Nexus Performing Arts Company for infusing our event with the beauty of our culture. I have referred to you as the bold and the beautiful, but when you get to the end of your program, coming to do a postgraduate program should not be the only bold thing you have done. You are the generation that will be called upon for radical transformation, agility, and dexterity. The beauty about that is that you get the opportunity to shape the future you want. The Faculty of Humanities and Education is the space that will equip you with those skills. In the document you were sent by the Office of Graduate Studies and Research, you will find the Zoom link to your departmental sessions. The departmental graduate coordinators and program coordinators are waiting for you right now. And so I'm going to ask you to make your way over to those Zoom meetings in order to get further information on your programs. If you do not yet have the Zoom link, please indicate so. And I'm going to ask your program coordinators or Dr. Nicole Plummer just to copy and paste the Zoom links into the chat so that you will have access. Thanks very much for being with us at the faculty level, and please enjoy being with your departments. Thank you.